Hello everybody, Will here. Today I want to show you a little trick for using EQ on your drum bus. This is going to help you take out a little bit of the boxiness that you get and add a little bit of a high shelf to get you a better sound. So what we're going to do is take a listen with it bypassed. Just a heads up, I do have high pass filters on most of the tracks here except for the kick drum. So let's take a listen to the drums. This is without the EQ on the drum bus. I'll let you kind of see in a second what it looks like when we change it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, now what we'd like to do is take out a little bit of the boxiness and add a little bit of a shelf to kind of get it to cut through that high end of the mix. Now, one trick you can do if you haven't done this before, if you're trying to cut out boxiness on the drums, send them to a bus, put an EQ on the bus, and cut around 400 hertz. And it could be anywhere from 4 to 500, but usually it falls like right in that 400 range. This is almost always a for sure way to cut out boxiness. And then do just a little subtle shelf. If you do too much, it get a little bit too crisp and bright, and you'll end up having a little harsh sound. So I'm going to listen one more time with the bypass on, and then I'm going to turn it off so we can hear the difference. Here we go. Now we're going to turn that off. Alright, so as you can see, it really brings it through the mix a little bit better. It takes out that boxiness. And how much you're going to need to cut and exactly where will change, but start at about that 400 hertz range. Maybe try to do a -3 to -6 dB cut. See if that helps cut out a little bit of the boxiness. And if you're still having a little bit of problems, then you can do maybe a 1 to 3 dB boost on the shelf or more if you need to. Remember, EQ is a tool, doesn't really have to have any rules. But as you start boosting this, it's going to get more tinny and more harsh, so you do kind of want to be subtle with it. And even with that out, you're going to get a good sound. Here's a no shelf with just the cut. That's just kind of helping those cymbals cut through a little bit more. So as you can see, we took out a good bit of the boxiness, added a little bit of high end to help those cymbals cut through. Also, if you don't know how to make a drum bus, it's pretty easy. Just take all your drum tracks, add an auxiliary input track, and on that track set it to a particular bus, and then you're basically just setting your output on all your drums to that bus. And they're going to go there, and then you send that bus out to your master fader or your stereo submix, whichever you want to do. Okay, so that's all we got today. We'll see you guys next week.